Hello there, Uncle Rusty here. Welcome to Hytale. This looks like fun. So, we're going to do our usual YouTube world kind of deal. You guys let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see a whole series on this. This is still early access, so there's probably a couple of updates coming to the game, but this is dropped brand new, and this looks like fun. I've played a little bit in my streaming time, but this has caught my eyeballs, and apparently the eyeballs of a lot of people out there. So if this catches your eyeballs, and you look me deep in the eyes when I say this, you let me know in the comment section how your world is going. And if you've got any tips and tricks for me, let me know. So first things first, I'm just going to desecrate this tomb that I've been summoned in and just grab a whole bunch of, goodies and fun things and just destroy everything. But there's not much else in here besides like maybe just a few little rocks and, this candle that I want to steal. And yeah. Welcome to the world of Hytale. My goodness, what a spawn. Right by the water, eh? Right by the water, which is, decent for what we want to do. So the idea is we want to get as much stuff done early as possible. And ideally, I want to find something where, I'm not swarmed by monsters because, that's not fun. Let me just have a look at our map here. So I kind of want to make like a nice little clearing here where we can build a base and go from there. Now, it does want us to go to, I believe, over here somewhere. I could be wrong. There's a nice big temple we have to go and explore, which I know that the developers are busy working on. So if you have any feedback for the devs, you let me know in the comment section. And I'm sure eventually they'll find this and go, oh man, we need to change this. We need to do this kind of thing. But ideally what we want to do is we want to get a couple of our workbenches kind of sort of going. And you'll notice that I'm grabbing food. Now currently food doesn't really have any like hunger benefits. It's mostly just for HP and stamina regen. So you don't have to have too much on the food front, at least for now. But that could definitely change later on in the game. Now there's a nice little couple of things here. There's a cow, and I ideally want to build close to here because this does look like it's this is a building. Yeah, I want to explore this building. So I think what we'll do is we'll build around this area. There are some cows and things that we can probably take advantage of here. So this is the seedling woods. We kind of want to be in and around here because there's a whole bunch of trees and a whole lot of things that we can use, and I am going to just start whacking the wood. I don't think this will work though. Pretty sure this doesn't work. Let's make a crafting bench here, and what we need is some plant fibers. So I'm just gonna whack a whole bunch of stuff and hope we get some plant fibers so we can get the tools we need. Otherwise, I think these are bushes that'll give you what you need. That fox just better chill. And what I'm going to do is let me craft a little sword, that, and now we have our basic needs that we need to go and chop wood. No, you cannot punch the wood in the face. You have to chop it down. Now, the nice thing about this kind of wood is if you chop the tree at the base, the whole thing comes down. And if you go even deeper, the trees have roots. So you can mine out essentially the whole tree here. To dig up dirt, you need to use the pickaxe. So there is no shovel in this just yet. So to mine dirt out, you need to use the pickaxe. But it's nothing really too issue there. Now, you'll notice that I'm just chopping down at the base. And once the tree has lost its complete base, it will fall down and everything along with it. So you'll get sticks, you'll get some tree sap, and you'll get the wood that you so richly deserve. Yes, you do deserve the wood. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You deserve nice things in life. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right? You deserve nice things in life. Right. Perfect. So I'm going to just make my base here. If you press C, you can check your character out. My character seems to be very weirded out by circumstances here. But anyway, so if you press V, you can go into third person mode. Right now, I am going to build. We want this. We want some stone. So I do see some stone here, and it requires any stone. So 1, 2, any stone available to you. And this seems to be marble cobblestone. Now, marble cobblestone could be really good for decorational purposes. And the big thing about Hytale is if you want to decorate really nicely and go through the building process, there's a plethora of things that you can use to build here. Let's put our campfire down, and I want to make a nice little area just to, you know, have our campfire. Now, campfire cooks your food. You can put these little sticks in, and then any food that you have besides maybe berries. Berries don't cook yet. Don't know what they're going to cook into, but eventually I believe they'll cook. I'm just going to put this little candlelight here because why not? Now, let's get our workbenches up. So we'll craft your standard workbench, and we are also going to get a builder's workbench, and these two work pretty much differently. So if you put this down, your standard workbench allows you to make stuff like axes, you know, your basic survival weapons. We need a furnace, so I'm going to... No, not all. Okay, I can only craft one. There we go. There's a furnace for smelting up ores, which we don't have yet, but your crafting bench is where you find all your other benches. Now we need like ingots and stone and leather and a whole bunch of other stuff for the other things we need to do. Whereas your builder's block, if you take your planks or your stone or anything like that and you put it here, it gives you different kind of blocks. So there's your decorative blocks, your ornate blocks, and your straight up wooden planks. You can also make like a nice little door, which I'm going to make a nice little door. And why not a little wardrobe? You can make like shelves, chairs, stools. So you can really customize how you want your place to look. Now, I am going to go with the decorative block, and I'm going to go full send here. Now, you might be asking, but why? Why would you spend all of that wood already? Because we need to build a house. And I want to build not a particularly big house, but I want to build something that is at least going to be, you know, nice and good looking, and, you know, something that will impress the youth of today, you know? So I think maybe like here... I'll move the workbenches eventually. And again, this is a case of if you guys want to see the grind, let me know. Just get rid of all this and put this here. Nope. It's wrong. There we go. And put that there. And huzzah. There we go. Beautiful. And I'm going to make my front door. 1, 2. Get out of here. I just need to make sure that front door's in the middle. Otherwise, we need to move up. 1, 2. 1, 2. I really hope this is in the same line. It looks like it. 1, 2. 1, 1. Damn it. Okay, there. I could probably make 2 doors, actually. So, don't know why I did what I did, but I can probably make 2 doors here. Let's see if it works the same way that I think it does. Now, if you do goof, and you go to your builder's thing here, you can still take these, and it will still make the same thing. So that's the nice thing about this particular game, is that if you do goof with the wrong wood, you can just do that. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Yes, this is just what I want in my life. Just what I want in my life. Now, I'm just going to build a basic little house. Why is this off? Okay, it's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. If it's off by 1, it's fine. It's not the worst thing in the world. Everyone, calm down. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. I'll be sad. Okay? Don't yell at me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these here. So there. And then here. And eventually we'll organize these benches once we've got everything we need. Excuse you. Who said you could be there? I certainly didn't. And then we'll put this here. And we need to go get more wood. So you kind of do want to make sure you get the same type of wood, because different wood gives you different patterns as well. Not every wood will give you the same pattern. So I'm going with oak wood, but you can go find birch. You can find a whole lot of stuff. I'm not trying to upset you, little fox. Run away. Eventually, I want a fox as a pet. I'm not going to lie to you. That's goals. Now, you might be asking me, okay, but what about stuff like saplings? Saplings you can craft, but they work a different way than other games that have similar kind of building mechanics than Hytale. So, for now, don't worry too much about that. Grab all the wood you need. Grab all the stone you need. Make your house. Make it look pretty. And don't forget to put a roof on. And you can build roofs in this particular game as well. So you don't just have to have a flat old roof. You can build roofs. Glass does not exist in this in this game yet. So try not to think too much about that. We also want to make a chest. I just want to point that out. I do want to make a chest. And I am going to make like 2 chests here. Now it does take 2 tree trunks. So it is pretty hefty on the price there. But I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm going to put my chest right by the door. And we can put the stuff we don't need in our inventory. I am going to use the sticks to continue to cook in there and put the sticks in here. We're just preemptively striking with a couple of stuff. Let me go to my builder's bench and turn this into the ornate planks. And I'm just going to max it out because, you know, why not? Make this house look real pretty, you know? Make it look real pretty. For now, I just want to make a wall. And then eventually we'll work on like defenses and stuff like that. Cool. So we have our base wall. Now I want to change up this plank. And I want to change it to these. And boom. Now we have stairs. Why do I have stairs? That's not what I wanted. Why? That's not what I wanted. Did I goof? I feel like I goofed. Stop it. I really do feel like I've goofed here. No. What are you doing? That's not what I wanted. Okay. We goofed. It's fine. I have stairs. I'll eventually, you know, do something with the stairs. I'm going to have to. I have no choice. Let's just go get more wood. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. So apparently once you've made it, I'm not your enemy. Not your enemy. Don't attack me. I would hate to have to, you know, very first episode, do unscrupulous things to a cute little fox. Don't be an enemy. Just be a pal. You know what I mean? Just be a pal. Okay. Cool. This is going swimmingly. Now, eventually we'll get iron and a whole bunch of other stuff. I will say, to fix up a couple of these things, you will need to make a repair kit, but don't bother with any of your crude tools, if I'm being 100% honest. It's just not worth it, because repair kits would cost iron, and you do not have iron this early on in the game. So, you know what? Don't even bother thinking about it. Just craft new tools. I will say, I kind of wish there is a way to get rid of broken or old tools. But for now, it's not like something completely, you know, absolutely vital and necessary for you to worry about. All right. I will also say this is a one-to-one kind of deal. So if you are doing this, it's not like anything else that you've played. This is a one-to-one block ratio. So you will likely find that if you are trying to spend wood on this, you'll probably find yourself in the forest a lot. Now, whether or not treants and stuff like that spawn, it's a different story. I'm not 100% sure. Can't tell you yay or nay, but if they do, just, you know, lie down. Treants can smell fear. So, you know, don't give them anything to be afraid of. You are a master of the woods. Even though they control the woods, you are the master of the woods. Don't let them tell you anything. I want to clear out this, this grass as well, but we will eventually clear out our floor as well. Open this up. I am going to get more wood because I kind of want to build a third floor, sort out our roof, and then we're done. Now, with our roof, I want to do some stone. And with the stone, it's going to look really nice. It is actually going to look really nice. So, it is going to take you a little bit of a while to mine this stuff up. And I will say, the durability of the axe versus the woodcutter axe, or whatever you want to call it, the hatchet, as it's called in this game, there's a distinct difference in the durability. So you may find yourself, especially if you're going on a mining adventure, you may find yourself running through a couple of pickaxes. This is up until you get like copper. Once you get copper, the durability significantly increases, but I will say just be a bit on the cautious side when mining without them. Now, you can still use the tool if it breaks. It just loses a lot of its efficiency. So you might find that instead of like 3 or 4 hits, you might like do 6 or 7 hits, which again might be a little bit detrimental, but it's not game breaking. You know, it's not like a tool that breaks completely and then just goes bye-bye in its entirety, you know? So just be aware that you might find a little bit of those things that might be plaguing you in your particular world. Right, this is a big tree, so I want to make sure I hit the base out here so that I don't have to cut everything. So just focus on the bottom planks if you can. The one that is closest to the ground. So those ones at the bottom, as long as you take out the complete bottom, you are most 100% likely to topple this tree down. And this is just pure efficiency purposes. Look at this. Boom. That is a massive tree I just took down. Oh my gosh. That is huge. There might also be like wildlife in the trees, so be mindful. You might find stuff like eggs and, you know, angry pigeons and stuff like that eventually. I don't know if the pigeons actually do get mad, but I wouldn't put it past the developers to do something, you know, crazy like that. Just add an angry flock of birds that, you know, poke your eyes out with their beaks. As a reference, and if you don't get that, you definitely are too young to be here. Alright, perfect. So I'm just gonna go through the wood here. Like I said, I'm gonna keep these a little bit shorter than I keep my other series. If you guys want to see the grind, you let me know. Otherwise, we'll just carry on with our usual thing here. So also try and pick up these mushrooms. You can make stuff like grilled vegetables. And grilled vegetables give you a nice little bit of health and regen and stamina stuff. Stamina is a big part of this game. Builder's workbench. Furniture workbench. Let's build a furniture workbench because we can eventually make some furniture. That is nice. You do eventually want to, you know, make a nice little bit of furniture. You can make like a bed. And I'm going to make a bed here immediately. Because the bed here isn't just for furniture purposes, but it is also for sleeping and setting your spawn point. So that's what you want that for as well. So you really do want to make sure you get the very best out of this. Now I want to go, we have got the ornate one. I am going to go one more ornate layer. And I'm just going to craft the full 100. If I use all 100, it's fine. If I don't, it's also not the worst thing in the world. And then I want to see what the marble roofing looks like. That's my next goal here. But, you know, the standard old block house kind of deal. You know, your first house, depending on the builders out there, this game is really catered for all the builders out there. Now, I would encourage you to, you know, adventure as much as you can. Because adventuring also forms... I heard some weird noises here. Adventuring also forms a large part of this game. So, if you want to adventure, you go right for it. Because you'll eventually need to get to different zones and different places to do different things. Right, so here's our marble roofing. And I want you to look at this. Look at this. Shallow roof, steep, flat. Just look at that. Like, this is so cool. I am going to go with the roofing here on the flat side. And the reason for that is I do want to use the other roof here. Now, some of the building things might look a little bit weird. You can ignore that if you want to. Shift also works a little bit differently here. So shift is run. You'll notice you have the stamina bar. The stamina will affect that eventually. So make sure just to be cautious on that. We do not have enough of this. So I'm going to put more of this in and grab more of this roof and put down 10. Now we may have an excess amount of roof here, but it's fine. All right. So I feel like they do need to work a little bit on the building side of this, but that's just me, you know. I'm just being douchey. All right. Perfect. So there we go. We've got the base for our roof here. And what I also want to do real quick is we need some fiber. Now, the thing about how this game works is your chests definitely need to be in a particular range so that your machines over here can use them. So ideally you want to ensure that you have like maybe a double chest or so in the middle of everything for all of your things. That way you can just put everything in here and then you can make what you need. So there's a farmer's tool here. We want to do that as well. Like a farmer's bench. And some workbenches can upgrade, some workbenches cannot upgrade. So be mindful about that. Yeah, it's fine for now. I might move some stuff around. I kind of want to move this chest one over because it's not in the middle and it's upsetting me greatly. But we'll see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, actually it is in the middle. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not in the middle. It's fine, 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 it's fine. Don't let it get to you, okay? Don't let it get to you. But here's where all your furniture stuff come in handy. Now what I want to do is I still want to take this marble stone, go to our building, and I want to make this flat roof. And we'll just craft all 9. And the nice thing is you can jump up pretty high. That is not what I wanted to do. That is also not what I wanted to do. Why are you doing this? It's supposed to drop it on top here. Okay, so how do you do? Oh no, don't tell me it's like that. Ew. I don't like that at all. No. Listen. I need you to be on the top. Developers! You need to make that so they can go on top. Alright. Our main crux of what we want to do is finish the house. Alright? I want to have a house ready by episode 1. Alright? Doesn't matter how long it's going to take. We need a house straight off the bat so that I don't feel like I'm always the guy that doesn't put a roof on his house and doesn't complete his roofs and doesn't complete his houses. The only reason I have a house in the other series we're doing is because the game built it for me. Here, I have to think of everything myself. I do. I have to think of the design. I have to think about the aesthetics. I have to think about how I'm going to make it look. I'm going to have to think about so many things. You know? Building a house can honestly be a terrifying endeavor. Now, someone in the comment section can tell me if this is true, because I was wondering about this. But can you cause a cave-in if you take out some of these base blocks? That's honestly what I'd like to see, is like, can I cause a cave-in if I eliminate some of these blocks? Because when you're mining and you can cause a cave-in, you may just want to be careful about that kind of thing, because you don't want the whole mine coming in down on your head. You really don't want to be doing that. That's probably not a good idea, in all honesty. Probably not a good idea. Alright, we got some 45 here. It's not going to be enough, but I just want to see what we can build with here. And I'm going to go over here to the building part. Let's see. Smooth. I like the ornate one. To be honest with you, I like the ornate one. So, what I'm going to do. There we go. Yeah. And then maybe we can put the flat roof on this. But maybe that's what the game wants. Is it wants a base. But you know how I'm going to see? This is how I'm going to see. Like so. Alright. On top? Yes. Okay, I understand. Why would you put it there? Okay, I fully understand. This might take a while. In all honesty. I might not bore you with this. So what I'm going to do probably is just in and off camera, I'm probably just going to build the house. And then prepare for what's going to happen next for us. I do, however, feel we do need to get some torches up. Not that I think torches are absolutely vital. We need more plant fiber. But I feel like if you don't light up the house, that is unideal. If you don't light up the house, then there might be some issues later on. So I kind of don't want that. Can I stick you behind there? No, I cannot. We'll have to figure out how we want to light this place. But for now, I think I just want to make sure it looks nice. Because you see, that goes just straight through the roof. And it provides such little, such little cover. Now, I have a question. What the hell was that? Hey! What are you doing at my house? Back off! I get you. This is not for tourists. This is a private institution. Okay, so if I do this, it does... Oh, no, wait. Hold on. That's not where I put it. If I do this, does that take the roof out? No, it does not. Although, to be honest, that does look nice. I'm not even going to lie to you. That does actually look nice. I just wanted to see. Now, what I could do is I could take the corner out here. But then that destroys that. Okay, no. Never mind. Okay, don't worry about it. I was trying to be clever about it, but, me and clever in the same sentence? Don't know about that one. Alright, we need more plant fiber, but what I want to do is I do want to put some torches around our house. Just so that, the denizens of the undead don't feel like they have a spot here. And, don't really want to deal with that, in all honesty. Now, I don't want to get rid of our bushes here, but if we can get rid of these, that would be great. Now, the nice thing is you can also spike up your house, so you can make some defenses. I'll show you how we do that in a second, because I do want to make some torches. I think I only need 4 more, but you can make some spikes. So I'm just going to craft 10 spikes here just to show you. And you can see here the thing will do its own thing. As long as everything is in the chest and you keep everything organized, it'll do what you need it to do. So I am just going to take some torches here and some spikes. Now, I don't like putting the spikes right next to my house because I'll walk into it. But you can put it on your wall here, which actually does make it look much nicer. So I'm just gonna, spike up my walls here. Just so that, anything that plans to raid and destroy here is going to have a real tough time trying to do that, Alright, perfect. And I think we'll put like one there. No. Yeah, just for aesthetic purposes, just do it like so. There we go. Perfect. This is looking beautiful. This is looking beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. Beautiful. It's gonna look nice. And we're just in time for home time. We're just in time for home time. Okay, so I have taken a little bit of damage. I'm gonna chow down on these berries. And again, food in the bottom left corner, you'll see it'll give you a little bit of a stamina boost and a health regen. So you don't even need to worry about that, to be honest. But you do need to hold in so that it munches on. And I do think eventually maybe they'll change that kind of thing up. I don't know what their development plans are for this. But I really do want to light up my house. My house feels very much not lit up and it's giving me anxiety. There and there. And you can see they are hanging off the side there. So, if you want them on the wall like that, you can. There we go. Put it on the wall. That's beautiful. And I think we just need to light up this other area. I'm just going to craft me one more set of torches. And I'm going to put this here for now. That side is a little bit, not fun. But for now, I think I'll just put it there. I know aesthetically it's not going to look pleasing. And that's all the time I have for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed that. If you did, please do consider leaving a like, subscribing for more Hytale. I'm excited about this game. I don't know about you guys. I see a whole lot of future planned for this game, and I'm excited. Let me know if you've got the game. If you don't, check out the link in the description below. And let me know how your world is going. And until next time, Uncle Rusty says, be careful of those skeletons.